today. From First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Washington Commanders.
First opened in 1999, there's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Washington Commanders and the Cleveland Browns. Set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. At a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, it's the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that, because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
On first down, Gregory. He finds his man, complete. That's Porter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Looking to throw. Gregory. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. They may have thrown the interception, obviously less than ideal, but I think they also sent a message that they're going to push the ball downfield in this one.
Yeah, not afraid to take their shots right away, huh? What was that, like a 9-9-9 route? 9 meaning go? Just went ahead and went for it. Didn't work out so well because it certainly appeared the defense was prepared. But I'm with you. Okay, so it didn't work this time. Doesn't mean we won't try it again later.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. After the interception, here's Watson. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one. They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. And again, it's Chubb. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line. He provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. The Commander's going to retake the field for drive number 2. Their 2nd drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Gregory. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Straight ahead, Gibson. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. It'll go as a pickup of 14 and a Washington 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Back to the ground with Gibson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. steps away to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14. A give up the middle to Gibson, and he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Gregory. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settle for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound right. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep routes, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Browns drive about to get started. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Check.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and he powers his way up past the 30.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the 1st.
And that's frustrating, because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really, really be demoralizing.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Following the penalty, Chubb. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. They find some open field here. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A kicker fest so far. All points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. They'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. It's the fullback, hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Well, if at first you don't succeed, try again. They go to the big man. 2nd time he gets it done.
Almost as if they were feeling like he was establishing a rhythm. Give it to him again and again, and how about the end result? Finishes it off in the end zone.
Touchdown, great run, and the score. Now Cade York for the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Washington offense set to take over again. And they, of course, coming into this one in the midst of a tough losing streak. They did get helped out by the open week last week, and in talking with him, all indications were, Charles, that was a very helpful break.
Yeah, I know a lot of teams, coaches, they hate taking time off in the midst of a losing streak because they think they have to stay on their toes and punch their way out of it. But occasionally, you get that open week, you step back, evaluate what's been going wrong, see what you can put in that can move you forward, and maybe you get a chance to breathe a little bit and kind of start over.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. They'll get 4 on second down, but it leaves them with third and still 9 to go.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On third down, Gregory. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Porter. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to make it fourth down. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Browns will take over, first and 10. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Chubb will get the call running left. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 91 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well diced. By the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. And Washington going to come back out here to take over offensively. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Over the middle, he gets it to Gibson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Gregory. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 1st down, it's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for 2nd and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it 3rd manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
They go up the middle with Chubb. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Now it's Watson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Browns will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Commanders back out late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Operating from the gun, Gregory. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And this drive was almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
This time they stay on the ground, and they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the second up in Seattle. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's got a man complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. So we have come to halftime. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Now a first down throw, Watson. Throwing left side, it's complete. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Out of the gun, Watson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Throwing on second and long. Watson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now Watson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 38-yard line. Watson now to throw. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. He'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's second down. They give the Chubb out of the gun. He'll get it to the 40. Sweet little move in there, but couldn't get much yardage out of it. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They run it again with Chubb. And he's got some space here. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
131 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
From back at the 4, here's second and goal. A give to the fullback on the dive. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great play there. With touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Browns take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. First chance for the Commanders' offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half. Throwing on first down, Gregory. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down, here's Chubb again. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Only a yard on the pickup, so a good situation on 2nd and 2. It's now 3rd and 1. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Faking the give. Now Watson. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Commanders are going to get the football back at their own 17. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson. And, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Browns drive about to get started. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Watson. He rifles one that's intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take over at their own 41. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
Well, it certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
They have still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. He finds his man complete. It's Porter. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Now on 2nd and 13, Gregory. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
To throw on 3rd down, Gregory. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Here we go on fourth. Watson eluding the pressure right. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, Watson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point by York is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. But this game well in hand. Perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
But we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline, because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Gregory firing quickly here, and that's complete. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here we go, set. 52 blue.
From just shy of midfield, Gregory complete. It's Dotson. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
They'll run with Gibson. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. Now they got to get to the line quickly. On first down, Gregory. This pass complete to McLaurin going across the middle. And quickly they get to the line. On first and 10, Gregory. Throwing it, Terry McLaurin. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Oh, what a move. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, 5. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by York is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down, Gregory. Throw left side complete. That's Porter. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it it was. It all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Browns, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals.
Meanwhile, for Washington,
the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.